Being celibate also helps you understand how to heal that part of you that is sexually active or overly sexually active, which is, it helps you put yourself in balance within your own body, and helps you be able to take your power back within your own body as well when it comes to celibacy. Because for me personally, I go off of my chakra system when it comes to healing and releasing and things of that nature. And when you're overly sexual, or that is the most important thing in a connection, because that's the only place you can feel safe with another person, is being sexually active. I think that has a lot to do with a disconnect from your masculine energy, or it's a clear space of understanding that you have a father wound. It's a clear space of understanding that you didn't get enough affection from a masculine energy to feel protected enough to feel safe in your body without somebody else helping you along that journey. And I think that's important to understand when it comes to celibacy. It puts you in a space to have to be the observer of that energy, to have to be the observer of why you don't feel safe in your own body, or why you don't feel a balance of your emotional reaction when it comes to things as well. Whether that be you not being emotionally available, or whether that be you being too emotionally available and too sensitive when it comes to connecting to others, when it comes to connecting to others in a sexual way, or when it comes to connecting to others when it comes to intimacy as well. Because intimacy is not just sexual, it's also having deep conversations with other people, feeling at home with somebody else. And so I think it's important to understand when it comes to celibacy, it puts you in a space to step back and be the observer of how your partner is showing up within that type of dynamic, and how you show up within that type of dynamic of, is the only real deep connection when it comes to your sexual attraction to each other, or can y'all have deep conversations and really sit and connect to each other in that way? And I feel like that is a clear sign of being balanced within yourself, and balance within your emotions, and balance within other areas of your life with creativity as well. Because that's also what happens when it comes to your sacral chakra, is that's the space that you feel safe in, or you feel unsafe in, when it comes to your creative flow, or when it comes to putting something out there in the world that you created, or putting yourself, or feeling safe with another person in a sexual way, or feeling safe with another person when it comes to intimacy, or when it comes to your heart as well. So I think it's important to balance that out and feel safe within yourself. And for me personally, before I go to sleep, I listen to sacral chakra healing music, 432 hertz, or different numbers of heart music, and help myself balance that out. But I also work out to feel safe within my body as well. So intentionally, working out, or intentionally saying affirmations while I work out in my head of, I feel safe and whole and complete within my body, or I take my power and my energy back within my own body. And I think it's important to understand, if you've been through a situation of SA, to really take a step back and also become celibate, or do whatever works for you, and really heal that part of you before you connect to others as well. For me personally, I work out, like I said, and do affirmations, and also breathing techniques and things of that nature, to really breathe into that sacral chakra, which is right below your belly button. And so I breathe into that intentionally and visualize an orange light. I breathe into that intentionally and visualize an orange light. I'll listen to music right before I go to sleep, or I'll listen to music throughout that day. And with the sacral chakra, it helps you to balance out your emotions. It helps you to if you work on healing that part of you, it helps you to balance out your emotions. It helps you to be able to have a creative outlet, and allows you to flow easier within your life. And I think it's also important to work on the chakras surrounding that as well, which is your root chakra and your solar plexus, so that you can really become more confident within that energy and really become more stable within that energy as well. And that's why I think being celibate is so important, so that you can truly connect to your body. So that way when you do connect to somebody else's body, you're not giving them all of your pain and your hurt, or you're not expecting them to be something. You're not expecting them to be your healer, or you're not expecting them, or you're not unintentionally healing somebody else and taking on all of their energy. I do feel like, you know, intertwining and connecting to somebody should feel healing and loving, but I think it's important to understand to not unintentionally heal people, if that makes sense. So really getting to know the person that you are connecting to and having a sexual interaction with, I think is very important. Understanding what you are getting yourself into, who you are truly connecting to at a core level, not just a surface level sexual connection, because sex is not surface level energy. And I think that's important to understand, and that's why I think being celibate is so important, because it automatically takes you out of the space of looking at sex as a surface level thing, and it puts you in a space of understanding that you are really genuinely connecting to somebody's soul. You are genuinely connecting to somebody's trauma, or somebody's love, or somebody's internal world. And I think that's important to understand. So really getting to know who you are doing that with is important, so that you can know what you are alkalizing for them, or alchemizing for them, or being that alchemist, being that person that intentionally goes in and knows what you are taking on for them, and they know what you are giving as well. And I think that's important to understand when it comes to being celibate and connecting to somebody and being real with that connection. I think that's important to understand. And also understanding, like for me personally, you know, understanding who you are connecting with and making sure that it's, you know, a person that also has the same core values as you when it comes to a connection. Because if you connect to somebody that connects to other multiple people, for me personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with somebody, you know, necessarily doing what they want to do with their body. But I think it's something to be looked into and understand why you do that thing, or why you feel like that is where your power lies, instead of understanding that it lies within your own internal system. I think it's important to, for me personally, I wouldn't judge somebody that does that, but I wouldn't connect to them sexually either. I think it's important to understand the person that you are with, and understanding that y'all both have the same type of values, and understanding when it comes to that type of dynamic, when it comes to what y'all are connecting and what that person is doing in their own free time as well. Make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, this is TRU3 Podcast with your host, TRU CARR.